Hey there, I'm Justin from thecarflip.com. Wanted to give you a quick tip today on how to clean your engine. If we'll pan down here, you're gonna see we've got all kinds of gunk and grime on this engine. The main reason we're cleaning this is because when I bought this from an auction, someone at the auction had taken the cap off and sat it down somewhere inside of here. People do that at auction trying to get cars cheaper. So when I got it, it was blowing oil up here. Didn't hurt anything, but we want to get that oil off the engine and off this top plastic type mat here. So we're going to be using Purple Power. This isn't a generic glass cleaner bottle. This is Purple Power. You can buy it at Walmart, Amazon, Lowe's. Everyone's going to have Purple Power. We're going to be using a brush such as this. This is just a standard car brush. We got a fancy smancy extendable deal on it here, but this is just a standard car brush, and of course you're gonna need a water hose. This is how I do it. There's a lot of different people that use different products. This has worked well for me. One thing you're gonna wanna be careful with is that when you spray the water, we're gonna wanna avoid certain things, and I'll show you what those are. You don't want to spray directly into these ports here. This is our engine computer. You've got the engine coils right here, which are supplying spark to your spark plugs. You've got all kinds of sensors and switches and solenoids all over the place. This over here being one of the electrical ports, and we've got fuses under here. So you want to not spray directly on these, and I'll show you in a minute what I mean there. But our first step is going to be to pre-treat. So I have already done this. I've taken the Purple Power, and it's just very simple. We're spraying like this. One thing you don't want to do, it's not going to hurt if it just mist over it and you wipe it off or spray it off in a few minutes. You don't want to spray directly on your paint. This does not mix well with paint and clear coats. It's not going to hurt anything if that happens. I'm going to spray that off in just a second. This isn't made for paint, so in the future, don't use this for paint. So we're going to spray over such as this. I've already done this, so after you spray over your engine, we're gonna wanna let this sit probably 5 to 10 minutes. It's already sat for 10 minutes. As you do this, the mist, don't breathe that in. If it happens, you understand why. It's not very pleasant. This is very potent. So what's gonna happen, we're gonna take our water hose, we're gonna mist in here. And remember, this is after you've let it sit 5 to 10 minutes, let it soak in and break down any grime or oil. The reason we mist it like that first is so that we still have a good mixture of the Purple Power. I'm wetting my brush, and I'm just gonna brush down anywhere that I can reach. So all of this plastic, those areas that I told you don't spray directly, you can brush over them, you're not gonna hurt anything. As you do this, don't jam it in places, especially we've got lines here, we've got all kinds of stuff. You don't want to break anything, so we're just going over it lightly. Just trying to get in between everything there. And I could be more detailed on this, but I don't want to waste your time. So scrub up here real fast and wet that down. So we would just brush this. So now the last step is just to rinse. Now this first time being I didn't brush too thoroughly. If there was something left over residual, I can always come over and give it a second coat or a second treatment. So what we're gonna do now is a nice mist. Again, you see how I'm spraying? We're misting, we're hitting that. I don't want to spray directly on that like that. So I'm misting over. Spray that out. I'm gonna spray the top off. This top is a kind of a mesh type material, but it might take a while for you to spray all of that out. But our main goal is to get a clean engine. This Purple Power does really well in plastics. So, long story short, that is the essence of it. Immediately after you spray it, you want to go in there and start it, let the engine run for 10 to 15 minutes. It'll help dry it out some. You can close the hood. It'll keep that heat in there and circulate it. So I'm going to go start this. We're going to let it dry. If you want your engine, if you look at it right now, you see how this plastic here is kind of glistening. You're going to see some smoke because the engine was a little bit warm. You don't want to spray water directly on a hot engine. This had only been idling for a second, so we're not hurting anything. The exhaust is right down there. How this is shining, if you'll take some tire shine after this dries completely, Take some, you know, Turtle Wax tire shine, Armor All, whatever you've got, a silicone-based tire shine. Spray it on all your plastics up here. You can spray it up here. It'll give it a nice shine, make it look nice and fresh. But that, in a nutshell, is how you clean your engine compartment.